and who are viewing me. Today our topic is weed control in intercropping. Uh, Firstly, what is weed? Weed is a plant growing where it is not desired, and weed is a plant out of place, according to Weed Society of USA, or the plant that interfere with the growth of desirable plants and that are unusually persistent and pernicious. They negatively impact human activity and as such are undesirable. So these are the few definitions of the weed. The very important question is that why weed control is important. Weed competes with crop for resources and hence cause yield loss, water, light, nutrient, and space. In India, yield loss are higher due to weed than in other pests. So here we can see that the yield loss due to weed is 33%, disease 20%, insect 26%, and other factors are 21%, like climate and other management practices. Why weed control is important? It reduces the quality of produce, create problem in harvesting, and harbor insect and disease. So weeds are very important to be controlled. Again, the losses due to weed in I have given some example of rice in rice field, maize, wheat, unpuddled rice, direct seeded rice, transplanted rice. So we can see the losses due to weeds. Yield losses in rice varies in following orders. Transplanted rice is lowland, direct seeded rice, upland rice. 25% yield reduction due to weeds in rice overall has been observed. These are the types of weeds, that is grasses, sage, broadleaves. According to leaf shape, long and narrow leaves, various shape of size for the broadleaves, and venation according to venation, the parallel leaves, stem cross, solid nodes, hollow nodes, around or squares. So these are the different type of weed morphological characters. These are the major weeds of rice. Rather, it is not rice, but it is a diversified panorama of the grasses, which is occupying, apart from rice, other crops also. That is Echinoclea crustacea, Echinoclea calamum, paspalum, Laptochoa, Eleusina, Dactylitum, Egypticum. And these are the broadleaves mostly. Espinochili, Salonici, Eplica, Monocornia, Alternaria, these weeds. Again, this Sagittaria, Commelina, Begalensis, Ageritum, Conjunctivitis. These are found in all fields, almost, whether it is pulses, whether it is sugarcane, whether it is wheat, whether it is a rice, whether it is vegetable. In all crops, we will find these kinds of weeds occupying the land. Again, these are sages, that is Cyperus group, Cyperus rotundus, Diformis iri, this Fimbralitis species. Again, emerging problem of grassy weeds. These are the some grassy weeds are in particularly in wetland condition, that is weedy rice, Leptoclua cadensis, Aerograstis japonica. Accurate weed identification is essential for weed control because weed differs in their response to control measures. Example, Bisparibec is excellent for Echinoclea grasses weed, but it is weak in Leptoclua and other grasses weed. Flooding is effective against many weed species, but some species such as Espojonella xylonica, Monocornia vaginata, Cyperus deformis are not controlled by flooding. So at times water is also acting as weed control. Key characteristics of a weed: high seed production, persistent seed bank, high dormancy and longevity, germination in flosses, highly competitive, seed shattering, adaptive to diverse condition, has mechanism to disperse, spread short to long distances. These are the weed species having seeds per plant, that Echinoclea crustacea, Dactylinum. So it is very much apparent that thousands and thousands individual plants are producing as seed. So even one or two plants, if it is in our field, the next year there is a probability of a high population of the weeds in our field condition. These are the different conditions to control the our weeds, that pre-sowing irrigation, silo cultivation to kill per-germinatory weeds, create dust mulching on top, rice sowing in wetter condition, and delay first irrigation for 2 to 3 weeks. It weakens the weeds, and possible if irrigation facilities are available. So dust mulching, here we can say that the dust mulching has reduced in the right-hand side photograph. The field is more clear as compared to the left-hand side in the same slide. Dust mulching is good for DSR, that is direct seeded rice. Other cultural practices, good land preparation and proper leveling, dry tillage, plowing in summer to kill established weed, more effective because of the dry period. Following tillage, which creates condition for decision of uprooting weeds. Puddling in transplanted rice also help in killing weeds. If weed pressure is high, especially perennial, and tillage is delayed till rainy season starts, applying non-selective herbicides, which is glyphosate. Although I would like to inform that now glyphosate has been banned, and alternatives are in process of research. Flooding in transplanted rice immediate after transplanting for first 2 to 3 weeks. Line sowing is making hand weeding and mechanical weeding very good. Good agronomy, optimize fertilizer dose, right time with a split application, closure spacing. So these are reducing the weed. There is more competition within weed and plants. These are the physical methods of weed control, that is hand weeding or mechanical weeding. These are some desirable spacing of rice, and these are especially for rice where the hand weeder is in practices. Chemical methods, 3 types of herbicides: pre-plant, pre-emergence, and post-emergence. These herbicides are non-selective and are applied before you sow the crop to kill the existing weed, applied under zero-till system or where time of preparation land preparation is limited. Pre-emergence, that is prettilachlor, butachlor. Since we are talking about this intercropping, so in case of maize, in case of sargam, in case of pearl millet, we are trying this atrazine. And in case of this other kinds of vegetable and they are intercropping, the better we decide is the use of this pendimethalin. Pendimethalin 3.3 liter per hectare after transplanting of seedlings, or after transplanting of onion, or after transplanting of cane and other intercrops, 2 days after transplanting or sowing of the main crop and the subsidiary crop. If we apply this pendimethalin, it is very good for the intercropping condition. And again, in maize intercropping condition, atrazine is a good choice. Another good choice is after post-emergence, when the crop is just emerging, the use of metribuzin at the rate of 100 to 150 grams per acre is also advisable. Post-emergence, these herbicides are applied after crops and weeds are emergent, generally 3 to 4 leaf stage, that is bisparibag, almix. These are for especially for our rice crop, or even in wheat crop. Also, we can apply this 2,4-D ethyl ester or 2,4-D sodium salt, or like a formulation or metribuzin we can apply. But where we are using this, at times farmers are going with wheat as well as this mustard crop. Where wheat and mustard crop are in practice, it is not possible for a weedicide to be applied. Rather, the cultural practice can be applied in that condition. No chemical application should be advised, because the chemical will alternatively going to hamper the growth and the result of this mustard crop. At times, it kills the mustard crop, so it is not advisable. Similarly, in case of our sugarcane, if we are going for sugarcane and potato cultivation, then this metribuzin is a very good weedicide which can be utilized for these conditions. Again, the chemical control for transplanted rice is like prettilachlor, butachlor. These are the few formulations. In DSR also, this prettilachlor and Stefner are also good. These are very good result yielding. Again, in where the mixed flora is bisparibag plus pyrazosulfuran, bisparibag, phenoxyphone, Stefner. These are the different combinations which can be applied after 15 to 20 days after sowing. And the method is application in with 120 to 150 liter of water for 1 acre of the land. That is 1 to 10 tanks of knapsack using flat fan or cut nozzles. Again, these are the DSR rice herbicide. I am not interested for in-length discussion, particularly on rice. The integrated with management, better to that crop establishment method, fallow management, good land preparation, clean seed, free from weed seeds, mechanical weeding, hand weeding, herbicides, good agronomy. So these are the component of integrated with management. So firstly, we should try to clean our field. Again, we should use the clean seeds, and again, better to go with this mechanical weeding. At times, if desired, we may go for the hand weeding also. And finally, if there is no alternative, then we should switch over for this herbicide application. The current application methods is single nozzle boom. Is generally in common practice by the farmers. Again, the cut or cone nozzle type. Again, third is swinging of boom. So these are the practices which is in practice by our farmer or our farming community for application of these weedicides. And again, no safety precaution. They are not using any safety guard for their own, and just using without bare hand, bare foot, and bare face, they are applying these weedicides. So these are the different lack of control resulting in uneven weed control in our fields. These are the types of sprayer: knapsack, hand operator, battery operated, power operated, and again the mounted sprayer with multiple nozzle brooms, tractor mounted, trolley mounted. These are the different type of sprayers used nowadays in our agricultural operations. Why accurate application is needed? To avoid crop injury, to maximize herbicide efficiency. Efficiency of the product also depend on the method and time of application and type of nozzle which we are using. Nozzle, multiple nozzle boom, height of boom, pressure regulation, and sprayer calibration. These are the key component for better result from a herbicide in our field condition. Nozzle characteristics of different type of spray tips. Hollow cone, not for herbicide. Hollow cone nozzle, which are normally used for insecticide spray, are not advisable for our herbicides. Flat fan nozzle, these are better for the herbicides. And flood cut trips, these are also good for our herbicide application. For herbicide, flat fan pre or post emergence, flood cut only for pre emergence and single nozzle boom. Fungicide, flat fan nozzle or hollow cone nozzle. Insecticide, hollow cone nozzle or flat fan nozzle. So this flat fan nozzle is better in all conditions, whether it is herbicide or fungicide or insecticide. Nowadays, as we have very restricted human power, so we need more coverage with less time. And for this, the multiple broom has emerged as a alternative. And a Syngenta study in Vietnam showed that a swimming nozzle put 64% of application volume on the target compared with 98% from a boom sprayer. So the efficiency of boom sprayer is always better. Minimum 50% more efficiency we are getting from the boom nozzle. So better to avoid this swinging nozzle type. Multiple nozzle broom is increasing efficiency, infirmity, and efficiency. Using flat fan nozzle on a multiple nozzle broom, adjust a spray height in the field to overlap 30% of each nozzle spray pattern. This is true for all the flat fan nozzles, angle and size. So it will cover at least an area of 1.5 meter approximately. So the time taken for 1 acre spray is less than 40%. So it is a time saver also, and the efficiency is also very high. These are the flat fan spray using 1, 2, and 3 nozzle brooms. To determine the spray sweat of a multiple nozzle boom, multiply the nozzle spacing by number of the nozzle. This will equal the spray width per pass. For example, a 3 nozzle boom with nozzle space 50 centimeter apart will have a spray width of 150 centimeter. A 4 nozzle boom has a 200 spray sweat. Tractor mounted sprayers are also, and they have approximately 23 to 39 brooms. So they are giving maximum 30 minutes, ranging to 20 minutes to 30 minutes for spraying of 1 acre crop. But it is operative only in a large area where the consolidation of the land is. For fragmented or small holding farmers, this tractor mounted sprayer is not so much better choice. These are the battery operated multiple nozzle broom which a human being can utilize on their own without using these heavy vehicles like tractor. No heavy power is desired. Only battery is needed, and you can spray in all kind of field, rice to vegetable. But the height of the crop should be medium to low. The boom height, the proper boom height with good spray distribution should be 50 centimeter. So the tip of the crop and the sprayer nozzle should have a gap of 50 centimeter. Calibration of a sprayer is also essential before going for a spray, because the output varies man to man. So one should start the calibration with a person and then use the water volume. Say for example, if 3 liter is required by a person to cover 100 square meter, then 300 liter per hectare spray is the output. In some cases, it may be 250 liter. In some cases, it may be 350 liter. So it varies from man to man, and accordingly, you have to manage the volume of the spray. Otherwise, some portion will be left, or there may be some medicine that may be in your tank without any use. In some cases, if the crop, the particular crop is going to be affected by a herbicide, so in that case, you can use this hood or shield type of cover over the nozzle, so the intercrop may not be affected. Pesticide handling safety, before and after use of this pesticide, one should make themselves or herself clean. Wash off any chemical product immediately. Do not eat, drink, or smoke when handling the chemicals. Do not leave product unattended and within reach of the children or animal. Clean all equipments after use and return unused product to be locked store. Always wash from working and chemicals, taking great care not to contaminate any drinking water source. Sometimes in case of herbicide, we are also using this surfactant for the spreading, uniform spreading and adhering the chemicals with the leaf surface. So here are 3 pictures. The first one, the extreme left side picture, is for untreated. There was no application. And in second, the sulfosulfuron, the weedicide for the Phalaris minor was applied. And in third part, the sulfosulfuron is applied with surfactant. So here we can see that the result is almost 100% because it has given the best result. The most important thing for the spraying of any weedicide, herbicide, or any chemical, that use of clean water for spraying. Muddy, dirty water can reduce the herbicide efficiency, as soil clay particle can bind herbicide. So I always use clean water instead of running channel water or stored in pond. This will also reduce the risk of nozzle clogging. Cleaning of tank after spray, clean the sprayer after use of or when changing in a new chemical. Rinse the tank with clean water, add fresh water and spray it through the wand or broom. Repeat 2 to 3 times. Then the nozzle is also clean, and then only you should go for the spray of the any herbicide or any chemical. Cleaning clogged nozzle. Nozzle may accomplishment become clogged or partially clogged. Care should be used in cleaning nozzle. Improper cleaning may damage the nozzle. Never clean nozzle hole with a wire or any other hard narrow tools. Cleaning by removing the nozzle from the boom or lens and rinsing it in water. If necessary, a soft brush can be used. Because if you will use the wire, it will widen the gap and the efficiency of the machine will reduce a lot. And the fume or the dust type particles which are coming previously will become in droplet condition, and the spray mist will not properly form, and ultimately the result will be minimized. These are strainers. Before pouring in the tank any chemical, you should use this strainer because it will filter out any kind of contamination or any kind of particles which is undesirable and which is going to be clubbed and plug the nozzles. Avoid spray tip. Cause of spray tip height. A greater spray height increase the chance that wind can move small droplets of the target. Drift potential increase as wind speed increases. Larger nozzle and lower spray pressure should be used at wind speed increases. Better to say that you should avoid when there is high wind speed. One should avoid the spray of any kind of chemical because there is every possibility of drifting. Droplets, as small droplets are more susceptible to drift. Small nozzles and high pressure form small droplets. So we should not use this small nozzle and high pressure equipments in case of wind, good wind velocity. Avoid during heavy wind. Avoid power sprayer which spray with high pressure. Reduce spray height. Pesticide safety. Wear boots, long trousers, rubber gloves when spraying. Keep all pesticide out of eye and mouth. Avoid contact with skin. Wash with soap and water if contact occurs. Do not eat, drink, or smoke while handling pesticide. Change and wash clothing after spraying. Do not reuse empty pesticide containers. Wear the correct protective cloths like cap, goggles, respirator, rubber or nylon coveralls, rubber gloves, and gumboots. Without safety protection, legs are directly exposed to pesticide, and one should not think that the pesticide means the insecticide or fungicide. Even the weedicides are also injurious and harmful for our health if it is given more and more exposure to our skin or our bare hand or foods. Safety pad made from plastic fertilizer bag prevent direct exposure of legs. So it is an example that if you have no proper gown or proper wearing, you can made it with the locally available materials to protect yourself. So these are a few narrations which I was interested to share with you all. And apart from these, I would like to share something more, that in case of this wheat condition, wheat crop, clodinaflop, hypnonorix, pinoxidine, sulfosulfuran, isoprotan, these are the few chemicals which can be utilized. Nowadays, there is a question that whether we can control the weeds in case of wheat field where we are shifting the crop from wheat to potato or mustard or pulses. At times we are facing the problem of Phalaris minor in those conditions. So clodinaflop is a good choice. 160 gram clodinaflop is better for 1 acre, but it should be utilized after 40 to 45 days of sowing of the crop. I mean, in the 4 to 5, 6 leaf stage is better choice, not 1, 2 to 3 leaf stage as it was normally done in case of Phalaris minor when wheat crop is in a standing condition. Similarly, in pulses or in wild seed crop, if we are facing this monocot type of wheat, Again, the quizalophop ethyl. Quizalophop ethyl is a better choice after sowing at 18 to 20 days in 2 to 3 leaf stage. If multiple type of these grassy weeds are there in our pulses or in our wild seed crops, we can have the good choice, that is quizalophop ethyl, and the 300 to 400 milliliter per acre give us a very good result. So I think that I have tried to cover something. Again, there is one commercial crop, that is our potato. In case of potato, we have a good choice. That is in case of potato, this hand weeding is a good choice. Even during earthing up, we have a good weed control. And another choice is oxyflorphane, 300 to 400 milliliter. Oxyflorphane is give us a good result after sowing a potato, when 2 to 3 leaf stage leaves are coming from potato tubers, and the field is loaded with this different type of grasses. If you will apply it, then it will minorly injure the top tip of the potato, but it will control very efficiently entire weeds. Again, this chemical is equally good for case of onion also. But in case of onion, if we will go with this pendimethalin after transplanting of the seedlings within 2 to 3 days, then it will give a very good result in our onion conditions. So these are a few chemicals which can be used, but it is always advisable that if we go for the mechanical control, that gives us very good result. And again, there is now a very good alternative is emerging, particularly for line sown crops, rather except these cereal crops, in vegetable crops and fruit crops. For weed control, the mulching is the best choice. If we are going for the bund mulching, and after punching the holes in the poly mulch, we will plant the crop, whatever the crop that is, that may be cabbage, that may be tomato, that may be brinjal, or that may be cucurbits. And with this poly mulching, we have very good control without any other use of this earthing up or repeated hoeing or this spray of the weedicide. So these are the few aspects which I was interested to share with you all. I think I have tried to cover it up, but now the session is open for discussion. So please, if you have any query, you may raise your questions. Please.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for a wonderful presentation, and take up the questions from the participants now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we can see your full video?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the first question is,
yeah,
weed is a big problem in most agriculture operations. What are some low labor cost ways to remove them?
Pardon? What is the question?
Weed is a big problem in most agriculture operations. What are some low labor cost ways to remove them?
Mechanization is one of the better choice. If we go with the mechanization, and for mechanization, we need the proper spacing of the crop. So if we have a mechanization in our field, even very light, small power operated machines are available, which with very high efficiency and with a limited human resources, we can control the weeds in our agriculture condition very efficient.
Okay, the next question is also something continuation to this. What are some new weed removal technologies that you think will come up in the near future?
The new technology, actually already it has been well defined that we have classified it that cultural practices, mechanical practices, as well as the chemical processes. So these are the three groups, major groups, according to which we are operating in our field conditions. So in coming days, I am sure that the two technology in a combination, two technology in a combination. The one is the use of the drip technology. If we are using this drip, so it is addressing point to point. So entire field is not going to be irrigated. In that condition, there is very least chances of carpeting of weeds in our field, first. And secondly, this polymulching. If we are making this mulching and using this drip, so this is the coming future technology which will certainly going to control on a very large scale the weed in our field condition. Apart from this rice wheat cropping system, because in rice wheat cropping system we are not going to use this drip irrigation, as well as mulching is not possible there. But in except these two crops, in majority of crops we can have this technology, and this will give even in maize, if we are going for raised bed planting system, we can have this mulching system and drip also. Yeah.
Okay.
Nowadays in sugarcane also drip is going to give a very good result. People are using this drip irrigation even in sugarcane, which is a highly demanding crop. Yeah.
Okay, we go on to the next question, sir. Just a minute. What are some new research going on in the areas of weed management these days?
During my presentation, I have shared one thing that uh, one molecule which was widely and globally utilized, that was glyphosate. Glyphosate was particularly used for the perennial weeds and broader kind of weeds for a complete cleaning of the field, as well as for the sage and sacrum species, which are very hardy. But it has been globally banned, including our country. So nowadays, our focus is on this. We decide that how to cope up this new situation. So the new challenges for research is to search out the alternative of this glyphosate, firstly. Secondly, Chenopodium alba is another weed which is a challenge. So our scientists are working on the control of Chenopodium alba in case of dicots. I mean, in pulses and wild seed, because they are, if we will go for the broadleaf weedicides, it will firstly kill our main crop, and then later on it will kill Chenopodium and other weeds. So this is the second emerging issue which we are trying to address. And thirdly, nowadays we have started from isoproteron for Phalaris minor. Later on, we have switched over to sulfosulfuron, and now it is again going to be partially resistant. So we are exploring the possibilities of the third generation. We decide. Again, in case of rice, in rice, VD rice is a problem, serious problem. Again, in other crops like sugarcane, so many new weeds are coming, which were previously minor, now they are major weeds. So focusing on these things, we are trying, and we are focusing our research on that very aspects. And we are also trying to find out those molecules having least impact on our environment as well as our soil conditions, because some long-term residual effect has been also found. Say, for example, one example, good example is atrazine. If we will apply atrazine in maize, and if maize crop fails, and we are interested that, okay, maize has failed, now we should go for another, any kind of pulses or any vegetable crop, it is not possible. For entire season, the any crop other than maize will not survive due to toxic effect of the atrazine. So these are the issues which in future we are trying to address. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, can you please tell us about yourself? What made you take an interest in agriculture research?
It is a very big question, but uh, when I was a student, uh, I was visiting my village also, and the crop, the birds, the orchards has attracted me a lot. So once when I got an opportunity to be enrolled in agriculture system, I have tried to learn a lot, and still I am a learner, and my learning process is going on. But I was never become bored or become tired of my agriculture system or agriculture situation. So rather, I'm enjoying this system as well as the agriculture as a whole, and it is giving me more energy to do my best. So, thank you.
That's very nice to hear, sir. Thank you very much. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Dr. Pravin Kumar Dwivedi for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, sir.
Have a nice day. Thank you.